Today we're going to analyze our new character, Jen's dad, and think about the character traits that we're noticing about him so far in the book. First, let's analyze chapter 28. You should have read chapter 28 prior to beginning this lesson. Chapter 28 picks up right where chapter 27 left off. At the end of chapter 27, Jen's dad had just admitted to Luke that he works for the population police. In the beginning of chapter 28, Luke freaks out. He grabs a gun, he points it at Jen's dad, he starts screaming. Jen's dad has to convince Luke that he is actually a good guy and also to convince Luke to put the gun down. Jen's dad explains that he works for the population police, but he doesn't always agree with what they do. So that means he's kind of like a double agent. He's working on the inside, but when he works on the inside, he finds out inside information and passes that along to people who don't agree with the population law. So by doing that, he's sort of working on the inside to also help disable or break down the inside parts of the government that deal with the population law. Jen's dad also explains to Luke the history of the population law a little bit more fully than we got from earlier in the novel, when Jen gave Luke those books and articles. Jen's dad says that both sides are equally extreme in their beliefs and that the balance is somewhere in the middle. He agrees that maybe at one point the law might have been necessary or might have helped, but now there's definitely no longer a need for it. But Jen's dad then explains that the government will probably never try to get rid of the law because they like that it controls the people. Because the government in this novel is so controlling, they don't want to admit that they're wrong or that it's not needed anymore. The end of the chapter, though, is a cliffhanger. A loud knocking happens right at the end of the chapter at Jen's dad's door, and a shout from the population police to open up. This is described as a sound that is from Luke's worst nightmare. Today we're going to think about the different character traits that we've now learned about Jen's dad. He is definitely shaping up to be more of a round character. He has a lot of different character traits, and he's developing quickly throughout the chapters we have seen him in so far. Probably predict that he will continue to develop in his characterization with the few chapters that we have left in the book. Character traits, to remind you, are aspects of a character's behavior or values. We're going to watch a brief video from a website called Flocabulary to help us remember what exactly character traits are, what they mean, and what they can tell us about a character.
There's a lot of characters in books, TV shows, movies. Let me introduce you to one.
I'm a character in a book. I drop the action, take a good look. Characters can be human, yeah, or we could be sharks. And I don't mean West Side Story. Characters all have traits, alright. Descriptive adjectives that tell you what we're like. Kayla is clever with her quick wit. Lewis is a loyal lad I like to roll with. Sometimes narrators tell you directly what we're like. You get me? Like the lion is cowardly. Hello? Most writers don't tell, though they show. That means they'll tell you indirectly through our words, actions, and thoughts too, and how other characters react to us. Make inferences based on everything above.
I'm just a character, I'm in a book. I have traits, and you can figure them out if you take a little extra look. Come on! I'm a character, if you want to know my traits, look at the text and analyze. What I think, what I do, what I feel, what I say, the way I'm treated and described. I'm a character, if you want to know my traits, look at the text and analyze. What I think, what I do, what I feel, what I say, the way I'm treated and described.
I just read the book, it was fabulous. Here's how I do character analysis. I read a story about Greta, and she's sneaky, untrustworthy, dishonest. Believe me, how do I know this about Greta? It's easy. I use evidence from the text I'm reading, so I analyze. What does she do? Well, she once broke her sister's phone after school. Did she confess? Nah, she lied. She said it was already cracked when I came inside. What are her thoughts? Well, the author describes her mind and what's going on inside. It's not that she's full of hate, but she tries to control people and manipulate them. If I take this quotation, Greta thought she could trick her friend Jason into doing her on vacation. How do others react to Greta? when Jason knew he was being used, he stopped walking with Greta. After school, Sue Payne got tricked by Greta too. Now she's hanging out with a new crew, to the loop. Based on all this evidence, it's clear to me that Greta's untrustworthy and sneaky.
I'm a character, and if you want to know my traits, look at the text and analyze what I think, what I do, what I feel, what I say, the way I'm treated today and described. I'm a character, and if you want to know my traits, look at the text and analyze what I think, what I do, what I feel, what I say, the way I'm treated today and described.
From the vocabulary video that we just watched, think about Greta's character traits. Greta was described as sneaky, she was described as untrustworthy from the different examples from the text. Today for your discussion post, you are going to tell me what are some of Jen's dad's character traits. Just like they did in the vocabulary video, you're going to want to go back to the text to analyze what type of person do you think his character is. Use text evidence from chapter 27 and chapter 28 to determine what Jen's dad's most dominant character traits are and write your post in our team's discussion post channel. As always, if you don't have internet, type your answer in a separate Word document, save it, and then copy and paste your answer onto our ATH discussion post channel on your next in-person learning day. I look forward to hearing your responses. If you have any questions at all about this lesson, please make sure that you send me a message on Teams chat.